Hey everybody, John Osborne here, also known as Trader John O. You can follow me on StockTwits and Twitter. Let's look at the FX educational outlook for today, May 1st, 2017. Just before we get started, I want to make sure everyone remembers that we've got a couple of news events this week that could have heavily influenced the markets worldwide. First is the FOMC meeting that starts on Tuesday, runs for a couple of days, and has announcements at 2 p.m. with the rate decision on Wednesday. So watch for that and watch for things to get quiet before that happens, with a lot of activity right after it happens. Now, once that completes, that'll wrap up for Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll start to see some other sluggishness because we're just one day ahead of non-farm payroll, the employment situation. So that happens on Friday at 8:30 Eastern time, and once again that will cause a lot of delays or holds in the market for quite a bit of time. So keep that in mind this week. Just be a little bit careful. Lots of big news this week that we want to watch out for. So let's start out by looking at the Aussie yen. It's moving higher on a bounce on the weekly, and we're getting a bit of a bearish signal here on the weekly, but it's really a pretty nice bounce that's moved up so far. We're seeing some good strength on the daily, so we're going to watch this one to see if we can have that one head higher. When the euro US dollar, this one is in this consolidation channel for now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. We're probably going to see if we can get some kind of a breakout here. We're seeing good bullishness on our daily and our weekly, and we need to break out above this trend line right here, and then above this resistance, and eventually up to this 1.09503. So let's see if we can get a little momentum to move us forward here. But so far we might even be able to draw in a pennant here across the bottom and see that we're just running down down the middle of that consolidation channel. For the dollar loonie, we can see that we are expecting to go higher. We broke through this resistance right here on the weekly, and we've been heading higher since, after we retested it and then moved higher. Broke through the resistance at 1.35339, came back and retested that. So we've been moving nicely higher. And right now we have this new entry opportunity if we can break above this trend line right here. Now be a little careful because we already broke above it by a little bit. The break point was 1.36794. We broke above it and then pulled back. We just couldn't get above this other previous high. So maybe a safer bet might be to wait until you can get above 1.36859 before you consider entering. The Swiss yen's also in a similar consolidation channel, so we're watching for a breakout there. A couple of bearish ones we're watching. These aren't, not sure how bearish they are when they're coming up to a retesting through a broken pennant like this. So the pennant, we had a breakdown after this pennant, but then broke back above, and we're right in the middle of that pennant yet again, and we're looking pretty neutral. So this one, I'm not sure which way we're going to go, and that's why we're thinking bearish because of the weekly look, but monthly is looking bullish. So this one's pretty mixed. Let's just see where that one goes. And finally, in the pound US dollar, we're also looking at a shorter term bearishness along here. We need to break above this trend line here, and that would be up. If it was to rocket right up, it would be at 1.2939, but it's going to follow this line down, and we need to get above there and then break above this previous pivot. And I would even go to this pivot here at 1.29362 before we really see the resumption of the bullish trend here. But we're looking pretty bullish on the weekly, and until this little bit last couple of days, we were looking pretty bullish there. So let's see what happens if this is a short-term pullback and then run back up. And that'll do it for today. We'll catch you next time.